All
We're
right, so
recording. Like, you're good to go whenever you want.
deal.
No, you're gonna make it all like like there you go. Now it's going bananas.
God damn you.
Oh no, it's doing it again.
We had this amazing opportunity. The folks from Wake Tech invited us over and asked us to host our board meeting there. So really amazing opportunity. It was such a cool facility. I couldn't leave without taking a video. And they came in and they said, "Hey, would you like a tour of the facility?" And so I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at this thing." Because, I mean, you could tell the scope of the facility was just unbelievable. Now, the statistics that they gave us were it is a multi-$100 million facility. You can tell that by looking at it. It was completed in 365 days. It was less than a year from breaking ground to the time this thing was done. So this is the folks you're going to see here are all part of the ASTA board, whether they're staff members of ASTA or been board members. John Hill right there in front of me. And so you can see this first room is the welding room. There's Mr. Todd Compton. And here you can see these are welding hoods. They've got every type of welding in this facility that you could imagine, from TIG.
Those look like
MIG.
showers back there.
Right? They do look like it, but it's a welding facility.
I see the welding carts. Yeah.
And outside they've actually got a grinding facility. But I thought this was super cool. They've actually got
It's a
an
dyno.
engine dyno. Yeah.
Who needs an engine dyno? Like what?
Well,
Do they have like a
cool.
performance diploma or something?
They do have performance classes. Also in here is they have got a transmission and engine building class, and that's what you're going into right here. Right now, they were talking. There's some debate
It's
on
a lot of air
tools.
hoses, by the way.
Yeah, ton of them. Power cords, light cords, the whole nine yards. And they're getting ready to bring in all new engines into this facility and let them work on them. But it is going to be a class on engine building, right? And
They don't teach that enough, by the way.
I know.
Because it does help with the diagnostic process if they know how to rebuild an engine.
Check it out, transmission dyno. And then this is the transmission class. You see some engine parts in here too, but they have transmission and engine classes, and so they do both, and have both of these rooms set up just for that. They have classrooms. My understanding
Those little Sunex toolboxes looked legit. Like that's what I noticed in this room.
They're going to be filling them with tools that are all numbered and assigned to each student. I thought that was just insane. And so these open spaces like right here, those are going to be, areas where they can come in and talk and hang out. So they've got a lot of spaces that are closed due to COVID. This is the tool area, which is super interesting. Advanced
Like
auto
specialty tools?
Specialty tools, hand tools,
Very
parts,
nice.
the whole nine yards are all in there. And then this is, I believe this is the frame and body area here that he's showing us right now. And so this is all about body repair. They've got frame machines, the whole nine yards in this space. And you can actually see up top there, that's where we were having our meeting. But they've got the frame machines set up. In this room, you see the paint booths. What's really cool is that whole back corner back there to your right, behind that garage door, is all tint, vinyl, wrap. They have a class just on tint, vinyl, and wrap.
Wow.
So if you're interested in learning to tint windows, things like that, it's all in there. And then they've got the 4 paint booths, or they've got prep booths and then paint booths, and nice paint booths too, not cheap paint booths.
Nothing in this place looks cheap, by the way.
I know, right? Air scrubbers, obviously. And then right outside that door right there. So this over here that I'm walking up to, I know you can't see in there, but that is the tent area.
Yeah.
Right outside here, you see how many cars they have that they can work on in this facility. To my left right there is a carbon fiber facility. They have a complete carbon fiber section of their program.
Wow.
All of these cars out through there are all cars that they work on in part of this program.
Wow.
And I mean, this gives you a scope of the facility, right? This facility
That would be a nice wall to have. Keep the
Yeah.
crackheads out.
Well, and here's the thing: is this facility has a heavy duty section too, right? So they have an area where you're going to be able to work on big equipment and big trucks. Now, this is the repair side. Justin Allen's going to be really happy to know it's all stocked with Hunter equipment. At this point in time, he was telling us that he ran a Tesla EV program. The director of this program ran a Tesla EV program in Charlotte, North Carolina. And obviously, they're working on ADAS. You see Mr. Mike Allen there in the background. But obviously, in-ground lifts, the whole 9 yards, brake-a-lays, tons of stuff from Hunter.
Yeah.
And obviously, they have the new Bosch Hunter ADAS system there. So it's
in-ground lifts look legit.
They really do.
Man, I had that 3M tape thing for wheel weights.
Hey, that guy right there behind me, that's Will Pleasance. Will's going to be on the podcast. So obviously over here you see all the oil pumps and everything else. This is kind of like a area that they're showing, I guess, is a lube bay. The in-ground lifts were installed just a touch out of level, and they were scraping the floor. The contractor had to come remove over, I think he said 40 lifts, had to pull them out. Crazy. And you can see, like, look at the difference in the concrete there compared to the concrete everywhere else.
Yeah.
And so there again, this is just another one. This is the Capital Automotive Group area. And they have tons of lab area where they can work with the students and spend a lot of time with them. Interestingly enough, this facility doesn't just do learning for big dealerships. Right? They do work-based learning for independents. They do work-based learning for dealerships. They do work-based learning for fleets. So this facility works apprenticeship programs, all kinds of stuff. They doubled their attendance in the first year, which is unheard of. Right now we're seeing a lot of high school students that come out and they just go right into the field. They don't go into a community college program. So to see how busy this community college was, I mean, obviously this is on lunch break. Nobody's here. This thing was full. It was just insane how busy it was. So again, you can see all of the different spaces now. They had a bunch of kids out here running around. They were doing lots of performance stuff. You could tell the kids were tuning on and working with their cars. And this gets into some of the classroom spaces, right? They've got some really amazing classroom spaces. And they also have trainers. So these are all the computers that are set up, kind of show you how much capacity they have at this facility. I didn't go into this room. There's students in this room that are in one of the training classes. I didn't want to go in and show faces and all that stuff, but it kind of gives you an idea of the equipment that they have here on site.
It's really nice.
It is. I mean, it is truly an amazing facility.
I think get a job as an instructor at one of those places.
I know, right? One of the interesting things that I think is worth pointing out, now we're back in the boardroom, I think that it can be a little unrealistic to think that as you're in this facility and now you go into a repair shop,
right?
You go into this wore out equipment and you go into
that's what I was telling you. Like, they need to be working on busted equipment, like that 7 or 10-year-old wheel weight machine or wheel balancing machine with the wheel weights are all mismatched and fish it out of the tub.
Absolutely. But I think it takes a facility like this to encourage them and let them see there are such great facilities out there. And it's really neat. Like I said, they have 2 or 3 other large campuses like this. And what they do in these facilities is take them and teach them everything from heavy duty, tractor trailer work. And then obviously they have the auto repair side. I would say that a facility like this is going to have some EV, but it was really neat because one of the things that I don't like about some of the programs here and the instructors don't like is this need to teach them antiquated information. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to teach them
like they weren't rebuilding carburetors there. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah. And alternators and starters. Come on now. Who's going to do that? And so one of the interesting things is this facility really focuses on new technology. It has the new technology present. And for me, that says, hey, we recognize they need to be learning this. I think some facilities don't have the money or the bandwidth to do that. But man, this facility is top notch.